YouTube, Damo_23 here, and welcome back to another episode of Glory Hunter. Today's episode, we will have a DFB Pokal third round game against Wolfsburg, who are absolutely killing it in the league. However, we are a few days early, we're about to play Hertha Berlin. That's not going to be part of the episode, but instead we have got offers for two of our most important players, and we're going to recap as to why. Firstly, we've got Alfredo Real, who is currently a 4.5-star player. If you do have a look at him, our coaches think he's fantastic. I do use him as our starting striker up front. He's got great off the ball composure, dribbling, finishing, first touch technique, and decent physical, plus being 6'4". He's been wanted by Liverpool. We do not want to sell. He has a release fee of 96 million, which is a little bit on the low side, and Liverpool have already started out with a bid of 75 million in total, 59 of that up front. We are, of course, going to be rejecting here and making him upset, but I just want to put on notice that he's one of two players that release fee is low enough that we could end up with him being gone. We'll say, if that's the case, I'll probably leave the squad very similar to how it is right now, but then have the intention of then spending absolutely monstrous if we make the Champions League next season, which I think we will, and we should be able to entice some people to the club. So I'm going to reject that one. He's going to get upset. Second one is Menev. Now, Menev wants to go to Spurs. Menev has been very good for us as well this year. As an inverted winger there on attack, very good footballer, 4-cap for Germany, has world-class potential. He's 23. If he got a few of these little stats at 14 up to 15, he could actually become quite good. He has had a pretty good year for us, playing five starts, 5 off the bench, looked pretty good. Arguably, if Roger Val on paper wasn't as good as he looks, this guy on form deserves to be probably starting more games. He wants to go because they feel like they play in a better division. I can't really stop that. But yet again, he does not have a release fee. So we're going to reject, but this is a guy that if I get more than 70, 80 million for, we'd be silly not to take it. So we're going to reject that one too. We're going to have some unhappy players here at the football club. With that being said as well, let's just recap where we sit in the league. Obviously, last time out, we had a very frustrating episode. We played 2 games. We were better in both of those matches, and it didn't go particularly well. For those also that watched that episode, I was a little bit unwell. Still not 100%, but as you can tell from this video, it's 6:50 in the morning, so my voice hasn't had a chance to really speak, so it's not bad. And secondly, being early in the morning with a cup of coffee, it's going to sound the best it's going to sound. But since you remember that episode, it was pretty annoying. You know, a 0-0 in a game we dominated, a 1-0 loss, and then a 1-1 against Bayer 04, which we dominated as well. Mercifully for us, we went on a bit of a run since then. We played Union Berlin, we won 2-1. We played Leipzig and we won 2-1 as well. We played Wolfsburg, we won at 3-1. We then logged back in the next day and we started off with 3 clean sheets, which means Lido's stats look a little bit better. We had a 5-0, a 2-0 and a 2-0, and that came about because we started playing Linden and Roy back-to-back together. Look, older and more experienced centre-backs do have their place in football, and I think they're very good and they're very handy for squads. For whatever reason, once you get to 33 on FM, your match rating just takes a dive. Tamori, as much as he's been a star and would be my overall best ever 11 if you watched episode 100, not been good enough. But Rory, I wanted to highlight as well because, look, for my future Brazilian World Cup squad, he's making a late charge. I haven't really changed that team. We lost our second game in qualifying to Argentina at home, but outside of that, we're top of the group in qualifying, which is fine because Argentina have been throwing some games away. Just want to say one thing about Rory is as much as he's physically elite and mentally not too bad, his technicals do let him down, but as a 3rd or 4th choice centre-back part for the World Cup, he's not bad and he has some potential here. He's also 6'1", which is quite nice. But with that being said here too, that really helped us go on some clean sheets. Then beat Mainz 3-1, we rotated against Mainz and won 3-1, beat St. Pauli before finally losing a game to Cologne in a game that if you look at it, if we're a little bit more clinical, maybe we don't lose it as much. And Roger Val and Menev have just been, both petering along and fighting on the left, and we've got options up front and the right. And the last person I want to speak about is Castro, who is developing into quite the little striker up top, but I would much rather still have Real here as well. So look, weird times. We've got a couple of players that are going to become unhappy and want to speak to me. I don't know why it always gets me to get Jim Pertz to talk to him. I want someone big at the football club to speak to these guys, which I'll do in a second. But yeah, look, we want to try and keep these two guys around. Ideally, we don't really particularly need the money. We've got 115 mil. We've got plenty of money there, and there's other people that I can sell on. But we might be taken out. It might be taken out of our hands, especially for Alfredo Real, because I can see a world where Liverpool do bid 96 million and activate his release fee. Next part of the episode, though, we're going to recap obviously how we go against Hertha Berlin, because I'm going to rotate, even though it's Hertha, but they are down in ninth, a team that we nearly went to, by the way. And then we're going to play the team that is only 4 points behind us in the league, and that is Wolfsburg, and we'll see what will happen in the third round of the Cup. Welcome back, YouTube. Here we go. We have got a big game here against Wolfsburg. I just want to touch on a few different things here as well. Firstly, Real wanted a improved contract after speaking to him, which we awfully have given. Liverpool have now rebid again. I'm actually going to stall for a while, reject it, and hope Real takes the deal straight away. Secondly, same thing was for Menev, so we've given him a new deal, and hopefully he will say yes to that. But lastly, Newcastle have come in for one of our best players there in Ernest. Do not want to sell. He's one of the best right backs in world football, but we might not have a choice. In terms of us here, in terms of sales, we did make one, which I completely forgot about the other night. Where is he? Nico, who's been a long while, wanted to leave, decided to sell him. Does leave me one centre-back short and potentially a left-back, because I did need to get rid of Vincenzo. He's been quite unhappy here at the football club. We have just accepted a loan bid from Leipzig, who are fighting with us in the league. But that means I've actually looked at getting someone on the ins, and well, Ibrahim Konate wants to be a first-team player and wants a big amount of wage, but not 245k, thank God. Managed to talk him down to 165 from Liverpool. I know I just said what I said about older centre-backs, but the guy has got 17 jumping reach, still got 16 pace, got 15 natural fitness, got, golden mentals everywhere, and has got the big three in heading, marking, and tackling, so he's got a great first touch. I just think he'd be good. He's played 20 games, 15 starts for Liverpool in the Premier League this year at a 6.84, slight drop off. Don't know why they're getting rid of him, but they are. Liverpool actually sit fifth as well. They've been pretty good in the save of Liverpool as well. They won the Premier League last year, second year before, won it a few years, then had a bit of a dip and then went back up again. And Konate's been a massive part of that. I think it makes a lot of sense to get him in, even though he's a bit older. It allows me, because at the end of the day, I think Rory and Linden are the future, but it allows me in these bigger games, and especially in Europe next year, Tomori and Konate can play together, both French as well. And then hopefully by the time their deals round around to do we keep him here, we've done what we've needed to do in 2 years' time for both of them, and we can ship off to Spain. But look, let's see what we can do here. And there's a side point of that. I've got centre-backs in my list that are younger and approaching their prime. I don't want to lock him here at Dortmund on big deals, have Roy Linden and another centre-back here that realistically I look at and go, I would like one of them in Spain. And that's the beauty of Glory Hunter, which I quite like as well, is that you got to plan for the future. If I buy another centre-back and I buy a World Cup less pack to partner Giuseppe, we have a situation where, like we did at Newcastle, there's a lot of guys that I would like to use, but they're pretty locked in at a big football club. Anyway, we're going to go with Lito in goal, Ernest, who's got that bid from Newcastle, Roy, Linden and Giuseppe, Kessie and Haas, Blesser, Manuz, Val and Real. Let's see how we go in our big game here. You would have to say that the DFB Pokal is our biggest chance of winning silverware. Hopefully we'll be okay. If not, then, there's not really much to fight for. Bayern are going to win the league. Then it's just about finishing top four to make sure we get a Champions League spot, and then that's that. But as you can see here, the team's in pretty good nick. Our sharpness is a little bit whatever, because I did rest the boys against Hertha Berlin. We did lose 1-0 as well. And unfortunately, our backup centre mid, Stefan, I can't remember, Chapel, the guy we got on the free picked up an injury, but only for the next 12 days. The team looks in pretty good shape. Let's have a look at this Wolfsburg side here, lining up in a 4-2-3-1. We have looked at them before in the past. Teo, Velasco, Carvajal, Diallo, very good side there. Luis Felipe's at the back, who's a very, very, very good centre-back. Joe Scully at right-back, so it's a very good team. Let's get straight into it here. I can also feel my voice already going, so I don't know how we're going to get through a whole day of work, but we're going to try. And let's get underway. Let's see what we can do. Would be nice to see us actually win this game of football. I don't want to say it as there's an episode here. I fought it, and that happened. I was going to say we've been defending really well. We should be okay from that respect. As I say that, it's a looped header that goes over 3 people, and somehow between 3 of us, we miss a header. So it's a header that's looped. Keeper should come for it. Kessie then misses a header, and then, yeah, see you later. Fair enough. We go 1-0 down to a very obnoxious goal. And, yeah. Velasco now have a free kick from scoring range for a good free kick taker. And, well, Lito at full strength makes a pretty good save. A very poor start here from Dortmund. And that's not what we want to see. That's not what I would like to hear as well, because we've actually been really good, in the mid-set. So I'm pretty annoyed. But if we were to go out today, it's not the biggest end of the world. There was not much we're meant to really achieve this year. Saying that though, I look at this team on paper and I'm like, we're meant to be one of the best. We should be one of the best teams. Anyway, Real, who's very good at opening play with that big body of his. Ernest goes for Skull. That's a great save. Kept in play and headed smartly down, I have to say, by Scully to his keeper. Very composed. But a highlight nonetheless. Alright, Adin. Kezia. Can't let Diallo turn. Should have squeezed Luis Felipe very, more. That's not the greatest squeeze from us. We are in the 4-2-3-1. Not even getting close to them. They're playing for us like no tomorrow. Eventually win it back. Haas is good on his ball, and that's a great ball, but Real's not going to get on that. Not that type of striker. And he might get on that one, though. And there we go. We get a little bit lucky. It's 1-1. The ball from Haas, I like it when, one of the other guys is filling up front. Castro and Real aren't the quickest. Real's 6'4", Castro 6'1", both play on their strength. But ahead of which the keeper really should get there first. It's one of those ones again in the match engine. We've seen 2 match engine goals that are quite funny. Hopefully next year it's a little bit different. But we'll wait and we'll see. 25 minutes played. It is 1-1. Blessed does well. Valdo, who's a Brazilian, falls back to Valdo again. Does he shoot? He does. It's a pretty good effort. And Lito in the end, not the most convincing save, but it's a save nonetheless. I don't know. It looked like he tried to parry it over the bar and the ball went straight down just past the post. We'll take it. Well done, Lito, is what we will say. But yeah, not the greatest from the keeper. Adin, Munoz with a good tackle. And that's going to be a throw in. Adin looking for a penalty. Never going to get it 32 minutes in. If you are enjoying the episode, give it a like. Do subscribe to the YouTube channel. It's very nice to be up to date. If all things going equal, I don't know if I'm going to have enough time to edit this and get this out before I go to work today, but definitely by the time I get home tonight, it'll be out at 5 p.m. on the day of, or 6 p.m. on the day of filming. Anyway, Amad Diallo wins that back, but Munoz with a good press there, better press in the 4-2-3-1. And now we've got Easy Balls back aligned. So he looks for Haas. Great idea if he turned out. Haas wins it back though, another better press. Val, Ernest knows how to whip a ball, gets to the byline, cuts one, deflects back stick, hits the bar, and well, it's 3 match engine goals. And I mean that, look at the goals. It's the deflection which a keeper should come for and never does, and then your centre back or defensive midfielder misses a ball. One where a back pass to the keeper's left short and the keeper should still get there and then lays on the floor. And one where the keeper could just top up and parry it, but instead lets it hit the bar and Real taps it in. The graphical engine can't dispute what the match engine is saying. Fix your game. Because we are it's the 19th of the 5th, 2023 is filming this, and game's still not fixed, and it won't be fixed for this game cycle, which is upsetting. But hopefully next year's game is a little bit better with the match engine. And now Valdo, back to a din. If they score right now, I'll be livid. And well, Velasco hits the bar, and they were that close to scoring from kickoff. And there we go. Well, look, 3 goals that have had all a slice of luck in it. Can we get in the half time? There's another highlight. Rui, who, by the way, I forgot wanted to play as a centre-back, not a ball-playing defender, is probably very unhappy with me, which I don't like. But, yeah. Anyway, Blesser now. Comes inside. Ball in. What a ball. Val's onside. I think if Real got there, Real's offside. But Val's onside. Blesser has been a phenomenon since coming in. Very close to breaking into my Brazilian side. And that's another great ball. We lead 3-1 after being 1-0 down. The goal is awarded. Great press. Look at this left peg. Look at this cross. Whips it perfect. Yeah, I'm still... Roger Val, great header, by the way. That's pinpoint. Would say that I reckon Real's offside, but Roger Val isn't. Yeah, Real's just offside. Maybe they could say he's impacting play, but it doesn't make any attempt to play the ball. I like that they gave that goal. And that is 3-1. Beautiful. Doing brilliantly. It's a great header from Val. Hence why I play him. Ball into the middle. Should be a press. Kessie wins. Looks for Roger Val. He's got options behind him. Now he needs one of them. Giuseppe is with him. Instead, Roger Val ignores and then plays him when he's got pressure. Linden now. Back out to Roy. Finds Kessie. Finds Haas. Great ball movement. To Ernest. This deserves a goal. If that's onside, that is delightful. I just don't know if it is onside, to be fair. I reckon Roger Real is... it's Roger Val and Alfredo Real, don't you? But Alfredo is offside. Unfortunate. It is offside. That was a great movement, great ball movement. Well done by Haas. And Ernest played it first time. And I tell you what, look at the guy at the back stick keeping him on. FM's had a mare. So we've had 3 goals of very contentious goals in the match engine and one that's definitely onside by about at least this much, given us off. Annoying. Very annoying. Anyhow, Valdo, Velasco. If they come back into this game, I'm going to be annoyed. Linden wins a good header. Kessie can play Roger Vial and does. Very smart from Kessie. It's been a very good signing, that has to be said, even at the older age. Munoz, great play, unreal, outside the left boot even though he's right-footed. That's a finish, that's delightful. It's 4-1, it's turning into a pumping. And well, Manuzzi yet again proving why he's world-class and why he's now being picked by Italy week in, week out. A scintillating break from the boys in yellow. And well, what drop in, what a ball. And this finish, as the keeper's trying to come out, expecting the right foot shot, is delightful. And well, it's now 4-1 and it gets to a stage where switching into the 4-3-3 and calming this game down has some viability to it, as Fabio Cavallo's in and deflection on the shot and it goes in, so maybe we won't. They need to score from kickoff last time and score from kickoff again. I'm going to say it. This game feels like FIFA today. You know, we've seen 3 goals that you just scratch your head out going, well, what is it? And we've seen a goal from kickoff, which always happens on FIFA. Deflection on the shot beats Lido. And there we are. Not much the keeper can really do. Might keep our foot to the throttle, but if we concede another one, I'm going to definitely rule not going to the 4-3. Haas, Ernest, Giuseppe. Oh, it's beautiful. He's got 15, 16 finishing. He's an inside forward in his own right. He's starting to score goals of late as well, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. So, yeah, the world's best left-back is starting to score goals from left-back. Haas, great ball to Ernest, great ball inside. Giuseppe, one touch, no nonsense. Keeper, through bodies, didn't even see it. It's now 5-2. Now I think we think about the 4-3-3 here for a little bit and get the boys to calm it down. With that being said here as well, Manuzzi's had a pretty good game, and I'm going to move him now into a central midfielder there on defend. For a Moko, Kessie's going to sit in with Haas, a very defensively like system. We're going to go to an inverted wing back on support as well for Giuseppe, just to help out this midfield and not overcommit. Menev's going to come in for Roger Val. He's had a very, very good game as well for there. And I think with that one there as well, going to leave the rest as for now. 4-3 still an aggressive system. Blesser. Oh, good header. Make it 6-2. Giuseppe with the assist. Blesser's a big boy at the back stick. We aim for him a lot from set pieces. And that is 6-2. A great ball. Keeper can't keep it out, even though it's a pretty good attempt. Just gets fingertips into the bar, unfortunately, for the keeper and net. With that one going in as well now, I think we make a few more changes here. Banala's been complaining about game time. And we're going to get Roy off for Tamori as well. I think that's what we'll do. And now it's just about the game ticking away. It's an absolute pummeling. Has been a weird game at FM though. Tamori, out to Linden. Giuseppe. Great ball looking for Menev. Now he's got 16 crossing here, Menev, if he wants to whip one. So he goes to Giuseppe, who gets tackled, and Diallo is going to be able to run. Instead, no. We force him sideways and still got him in the press here. Menev could have crunched and decided against it. We're not in the 4-2-3-1, so it's not heavy press. Smith, Tell. It's a ball that we should deal with, and Linden does, and then for whatever reason decides to give it back to him. Yeah, that's a pen. Oh, well, we didn't make contact. Thankfully, he didn't, because FM would have given him a red. That's 6-3 now. 9-goal thriller. Yeah, yet again, another match engine. It's a world-class centre-back that could play his keeper the way he's facing, or, you know, you could even take a touch here and then play one of his centre-backs or whatever. But 99% of players will just play their keeper here. In no world in world-class football is a defender not clipping a ball that's not even going out of play. We're going to clip it into this space here. Yeah, that makes sense when everyone's disorganised and you're just dealing with a thing on the break. Sure. I could half understand if that ball goes into row Z, and I'll be annoyed that it didn't play out, but I'd be like, okay, for whatever reason, thought there was more pressure on, so he cleared it. Instead, no. But it is what it is. Another highlight from kickoff. If this goes in, I'm just going to say this has been a FIFA game. Banana, oh, what a run. That's filthy. Whip it now, son. Decides against it, did all the hard work, and then decided not to get the rewards. Kessie, bless her, hits the bar, that close to a goal from kickoff. Banana, what was that, man? That was unreal. And here he is on a set piece. Whips one. Bless her heads, just over the bar. Surely all she wrote. This game's had a lot and a lot and a lot of highlights. It's been 15 minutes for just the game segment of this video. That's how many highlights there were. Amoko, Linden, Kessie, Tamori, ball back stick to Blesser, finds Smith, Jose Marshall goes long, Tell brings it down as I get a notification on my phone, so don't check your Facebook messages. Kessie with a great tackle. That's never a penalty. We're going to get VAR drama in the 91st minute to make this game last even longer. My ability to get this edited and uploaded is probably going to be hampered now. But there we go. We are through to the next round of the DFB Pokal. A 6-3, 9-goal thriller in a game that felt more like FIFA than it did Football Manager. But look, you can have a look at all the 9 goals, and I'm going to say at least 4 of them, you would say that if the match and graphical engine could talk to each other and portray a better game, that would be great, because very frustrating. But in the end, rather comfortable after going 1-0 down. Definitely the better side since that moment. Definitely dominated. And well, boys, it's a 6-3 win. It was thoroughly excellent, and resting the boys and losing to Hertha Berlin was worth it. Speaking of that, Bayern just slapped them 4-0, and that's who we have next in the league, but you ain't seen me get beat again by Bayern Munich. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, next episode is going to be the DFB Pokal next round. The quarterfinal doesn't get drawn to the 2nd of February. So that's when we're going to meet next, is the 2nd of Feb. We're going to have a look at the DFB Pokal because we play on the 22nd of Feb in between Hoffenheim and Wolfsburg. If there's somehow a way that we have come back into the title race, even though we're 12 points adrift to Bayern, I'll let you know. Bayern Munich, by the way, only drawn 2 games, the Mainz and Stuttgart, and won all the rest. They're about to go undefeated. Have they gone undefeated in the say before we get off? There was a one that they have. Bayern Munich went undefeated in 2024-25, winning 29 games and 5 draws and 92 points. Shiver me timbers, man. 92, 87, 87, 91 with 3 losses, and they won 30 matches. Right. Winning the league is going to be quite difficult. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you very much. Give it a like. Just subscribe to the YouTube episode. And give it a like just for the fact that Bayern might take us 8 years to topple. Till then, thank you.